Oh my god, it's actually bright. I actually have to readjust my camera, and it's darkening again. Great. And anyway, this is part 2. I'm trying to figure out where I left off. Hang on. There you go. Anyway, these are like notes like right in front of me from other fans that watched the first half, right? Apparently, Luciana brings Nick to the field of infected, right? And she pins the infected to the wall, and she ends up slitting its throat and like slathers herself in the blood, and then Nick does the same thing, right? And it makes me wonder if she has the same mindset as Nick. You know what I mean? Because I have never seen anyone like Nick who is so willing to do that. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know how long she's been doing that. So she could have been doing that even longer than Nick. You know what I mean? She's probably used to it. She probably started that like the moment it happened. You know what I mean? The moment the infected roamed the earth, she probably was like the first one to do that. You know what I mean? But anyway, I also heard Madison's group is looking for supplies throughout the hotel ballroom. And Nick and Luciana, they're all walking down the Tijuana street covered in infected blood. And Nick's all asking Luciana about the man who sacrificed himself to the infected, which happens to be that crying girl's dad, right? And Luciana tries to explain to him, you know, she says that apparently the dying sacrifice themselves to the dead. And then once the dead are gone, the world would be renewed, apparently. So it's like kind of like a ritual. That's what she's trying to explain, right? And that's what I was getting at, right? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Sorry, I'm hungry. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I heard that, it sounded very much like a ritual. You know what I mean? Hang on for a sec. What the hell? Okay, I figured out what some of the sounds were. Like, some of my neighbors are outside and they're like really close to my house, so that's why like I'm hearing all this stuff going on. I almost cursed again. Oh my god, I swear it's like a bad habit. Anyway, apparently, from what I'm hearing, the way Luciana explained it to Nick, how the dying sacrifice themselves to the dead, and then once the dead are gone, the world will be renewed and all that stuff. And it's like, so apparently the dad of the crying girl who sacrificed himself, apparently he's dying. I don't know. I didn't see that scene. I didn't see the dad. Maybe he could be dying. I don't know. Maybe he's like old-ish, or he has like a disease or like something. I don't know. Maybe he is dying, but apparently the dad was dying and he sacrificed himself to the dead. And apparently it literally is like a ritual. You know what I mean? If you're dying, sacrifice yourself to the dead. And once the dead are gone, the whole world will be renewed. Kind of like reincarnated and all that shit, right? Dang it! Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was so mad at myself for actually letting that curse word out so happily. I'm so pissed right now. Hang on. I gotta get some light, because I can barely see myself in this video. Hang on, hold up. Nope, that's not what I wanted. What the hell just happened? Dang it! I'm cursed, yo. I'm cursed. I'm straight up cursed. What, is it worse now? What the hell? Dang it! That's 3! 3 in less than... Oh my god, 3 in less than 4 minutes. My butt's gonna get taken down, watch. But anyway, apparently, I also heard that Nick actually asked Luciana if Alejandro was actually bitten. And Luciana actually tells him, yes, I saw it happen. Alejandro was bitten, but he never turned. When I heard that, I was straight up tripping, because I was like, we've never really seen this before. Like, whether it's the original Walking Dead, the first 6 seasons, or like any video game, we have never really seen someone get bitten by an infected or a walker in general and not get turned. We've never seen it. Like with the original first 6 seasons of The Walking Dead, we've seen people get bitten, right? Like I think like the first season, didn't they have a friend who got bitten and like instead of killing him, like they gave him a gun and they left him leaning against a tree? And then there's another one where I forgot that guy's name. I feel kind of bad about that. There's another one where Herschel got bitten. Remember, I believe it was in the prison when they were going around and he got bitten, and they had no choice but to amputate his leg. And you know he survived because his leg got amputated. But like we've seen others who are very unfortunate, even with the amputation, they did not make it. Like remember Tyrese when he got bitten when he was with Noah in Noah's hometown? They tried to amputate his arm. Unfortunately, he died from blood loss. Even with the Walking Dead Telltale games, we've actually seen people got bitten. Remember, if you guys have not played or even seen a playthrough of seasons 1 and 2 of the Telltale games of The Walking Dead, here's a spoiler. With season 1, we saw Kenny's kid, Duck. Technically he's like Kenny Jr. or something like that, but they nicknamed Duck. He himself got bitten, unfortunately. He was already dying and they had no choice but to shoot him. And then there's also the main character, Lee. This is in the first season of the game. Lee ends up getting bitten in the hand. Well, not like right here, close to the hand. And unfortunately, you could see that he's like dying. He's on the verge of, turning. And in the end, you end up controlling the little girl, Clementine, whether you shoot Lee or not. But either you shoot Lee and he doesn't turn, he just dies. Or you choose not to shoot Lee and you straight up leave him. He'll turn, but he's like chained up to the desk, right? So we've seen people get bitten, whether it's in the show, the first 6 seasons of The Walking Dead show, or the first 2 seasons of the Telltale games. We've seen people get bitten, and they either get shot in the head and killed, or they end up dying and turning, you know what I mean? And we've never heard of such a thing of someone getting bitten and actually having a witness to it, and they're still okay. They're not dying, they haven't turned or nothing. So it makes me question if this is actually legit. Is this an actual legitimate person who is actually immune to the whole Walker infected thing going on? Is it the first time ever, or is this a hoax? Is this something that, in my opinion, is this something, either this is a legitimate immune person, Alejandro, or I think it might be Luciana just trying to, talk to Nick. Because remember, I heard that Luciana was talking to Alejandro and looking at Nick, and in my opinion, I think they might be plotting something when it comes to Nick. So maybe this is how they're plotting, you know what I mean? Maybe this is how they trick Nick. Maybe they say, oh, Alejandro got bit by infected and he's still alive. He's not turning into one of them, right? Maybe they're trying to do that to, bring him into the fold or something. Make him trust them more, you know what I mean? Hang on for a sec. I'm sorry for all these breaks, guys. I'm, trying to adjust this, and it's annoying as heck right now, because it's too dang bright. There. Oh my god, now you guys can actually see me. I had to close this in order for people to see me. Oh my god, that's horrible. But anyway, where was I? I'm kind of skeptic about this whole Alejandro being bitten by an infected and not turning into one. I think it's either it's actually legit and he's the first ever in Walking Dead history, whether it's the original Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, or even the video games. He might be legitimately the first immune person ever, or this is all a ploy to get for Luciana and Alejandro to get Nick to trust them more and actually be part of their group. I'll feed this BS story to him, he'll believe it, and he'll be like, oh my god, this is the perfect place ever, right? But anyway, that's my opinion. You guys could comment all you want about that. But anyway, also I heard in the hotel bar that Alicia and Ophelia, they leave to search the hotel rooms for supplies while Strand offers to make Madison a drink. And I thought that was pretty funny, especially since I watched The Talking Dead afterwards. Because I actually managed to catch the Talking Dead for this episode. when they played the replay afterwards, apparently I fell asleep. I was like, I woke up and it was over. I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, I was waiting for the replay of it after Talking Dead. I watched the Talking Dead, all of it, and I ended up falling asleep apparently because I don't remember diddly squat afterwards. But anyway, I also heard that Nick and Luciana arrive at a supermarket that's guarded by local gangsters apparently. So there are some other people alive out there, and I'm guessing these guys are up to no good because they're gangsters. But Luciana apparently gives the gangster leader, whose name is Marco apparently, a bag of medication. I'm only guessing that this is like an exchange, you know what I mean? And I was proven right because apparently Luciana gives the leader Marco a bag of medication, and in return for the bag of medication, he gives her a shopping cart. Right? And apparently she uses the shopping cart to get as much supplies as possible from the supermarket and leave. But apparently I heard that Luciana got mad at Marco because, you know, she said the deal was I give you a bag of medication, you give me 2 shopping carts, not 1. Right? And Marco apparently double crosses that deal, saying, no, you only get 1 shopping cart now. So Nick and Luciana, they enter the supermarket to shop for supplies. And I just thought it was downright funny with Strand's group, how Strand offers Madison a drink. It's like, you really think this is the time for that? I realize there are no infected around you. So far, there's no infected around you, especially after you ding 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 the bell. And I realize there's no, from what we know, any other squatters inside the hotel. But is this really a time to start drinking and get wasted? Especially if you don't know if there's people are infected inside the hotel rooms that Alicia and Ophelia are going to check. I'm just saying. But anyway, I also heard like Alicia and Ophelia, they managed to collect some clothes and food from the hotel rooms, right? And apparently in one of the hotel rooms, she manages to find infected hanging from the bathroom shower head. And of course she's shocked. She's like, oh my gosh, why is there an infected dangling from a bathroom shower head, right? And as they're leaving the room, apparently I heard Alicia put the do not disturb sign on the door. Mainly to indicate that, you know, there's an infected inside, right? Which is pretty dang smart if you think about it. Like, you're in a hotel room, they pretty much, I'm pretty sure they all have those do not disturb signs. Because I'm pretty sure that during an apocalypse, no one's going to grab those signs and be like, oh, I need these, right? So they most likely have all those signs. So if there's an infected in there, just leave a sign there. They'll never go in there ever again. Or Strand and Madison won't go in there because do not disturb. They are infected in there. But anyway, back at the supermarket, Nick apparently puts a candy bar in the cart, and Luciana puts it back, saying, you know, we need what we need. We need the essentials. We can't have goodies like candy. You know what I mean? We need the stuff like, we need stuff that we actually need, not the sweet stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're shopping for something and you need to buy the essentials, like buy stuff for school or buy stuff for fun. We need stuff for school, not for fun, you know what I mean? So, apparently Nick sees a huge group of dazed junkies camped out in the supermarket. Like, a little group of junkies, like drug addict junkies, just camped out right there at the supermarket. And apparently Marco's all kneeling down right next to one of the junkie women. And I found out from some of the fans that one of the junkie women that Marco's right next to is apparently his sister, apparently, or something like that, right? And, kind of gives, I want to say it might give Nick, you know, an idea. It's like, oh, this one is important to the leader. Maybe I might use that, you know what I mean? But anyway, back with Alicia and Ophelia, they're gathering more supplies from the hotel room, apparently, and Alicia's all wondering why the man hanged himself. And Ophelia's all like, I guess he was just tired of trying to survive in this apocalypse. And the person was predicting that they're not going to make it. That's why he just ended his life then and there, right? And Alicia's like, that can't be the only reason. Maybe it is. But anyway, I am actually running out of time, so I will see you guys in the next video. And, yeah, I'll see you in the part 3, okay, guys? And I'm sorry for all the breaks I've been taking. I really am, and the pauses, okay? I really am. Anyway, YouTube, please don't block me because I cursed 3 times in less than 4 minutes. Mwah. Bye, guys.